19, what does it say? Accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from which he also received him in a figure. Literally, Isaac was not killed. Are you with me?
Yes.
But actually, because he was suffering and Abraham was about to kill him, figuratively, he was killed. He was suffering. He was dead. Do you understand the difference here? Because the sacrifice was done. Only God said, no, I know you are crazy enough to do that. Okay, so I'm going to get you a ram. And then you just replace this one for the ram. Don't mix it. That's the ram, that's the boy. Right? So, do it. So, Bible says, from which, which means from death, from which also he received him in a figure. And that is my point here. That's my question here. God is telling us that spiritual life means sacrifice of something you like too much. Probably the thing you love the most. Are you with me? If you don't get this important element of the spiritual life, probably you haven't got anything about spiritual life at all. Do you get what I mean? There is no spiritual life without sacrifice. And God was telling to Abraham, listen, what's the best thing, the dearest thing to your heart? That's my son. Okay, get him and sacrifice that one for me. You sure? I'm God. I'm only sure. Do it. There is an element of sacrifice there. Spiritual life is not easy. Will never be. Do you know that some people, they are going to lose salvation because they are going to have an easy life for good in this church until Jesus comes. And they will say, okay, now I'm going to receive the Holy Spirit and everything will be sorted out. No way. Things have to be done right now in preparation for that special day of the return of Jesus Christ. We must understand this element of sacrifice. Spiritual life means sacrifice. It means you don't eat everything you want to eat. Is it true? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. Don't tell everybody, right? Because if you tell people, they are going to know what. I was brought up in this family. My father was like a grocer. Is it a grocer? Somebody who sells beans and rice and kind of stuff. Yeah, that's right. It's a merchant. Well, a merchant, thank you for the urban. He was a merchant. So in his shop there, you could find all things. You could not buy a car, right? But you could buy a needle. You could buy all sorts of rice and beans and this and that. And dried seafood, especially shrimp. And actually not one type of shrimp only. There was the very little shrimp, small shrimp, the middle-sized one, and those nearly the size of a lobster, those big shrimps. And we have there in Brazil, maybe some of you have in Africa, some type of, is it flour we call it? It's made out of cassava. What's the name of it? Help me out. Cassava, yeah? Starch, but it's not this very thin, right? This one is not thin. Flour. Farina, that's it! Oh, you talk about language. Farina. In Spanish or farina in Portuguese. So this farina is like, the three things, the three recipients with the different types of shrimps. So I was very small. I was smaller than I am today. Right? So remember those three things, I was very, very small. And so my father would say from early childhood, he'd say, you have to come to help me out in the shop. All right. So I would help him, I would sweep. And I did not know how to get the money and get the exchange bill. And one day I was very disappointed. I came to him and said, God, there is a reason why you don't get rich. Because you're always getting money back to people. They give you money, you get your money, you give your money back. I had no idea what to do the exchange or anything. So I said, you get your money, you keep it, you don't give it back. But I was helping, One of my jobs was to look for the small coins that would fall right under some place there before the, just behind under the cashier. But actually, that job was not assigned by my father. It was assigned by myself. Intuitively, I understood that if I could go down there and get some of those things, I could buy ice creams and stuff. So I was sort of doing some special job with them. Anyway, so it was very common for me to go like that. There was the recipient with the farina. So you go like that, no matter how clean your hands are because of the coins and whatever. And then you go down with the, you get some of the farina in your mouth, and then you get a piece of string or two in your mouth, and you go on chew. I loved it. And I did it millions. Of course, I'm exaggerating here. I did it many times out of my life, over my life. I'm Adventist today. I don't eat it anymore. I don't tell anybody. I still love it. Shh. Anybody shooting? I'll shoot you. Right? I still love it. I cannot say to you, you know what, brother,